All right, today we're going to be talking about simplifying your nutrition that works. A three-step to fat loss without overthinking it. Most of you do a lot of the crazy shit. You want to try keto, you want to try carnivore, you want to fast for like a whole 48 hours. What the fuck is wrong with you? And you forget about the basics that actually work. So we're gonna be going over that, and hopefully you don't get lost in the sauce. So pay attention. So why should you focus on your nutrition? So most of you know this already, but 80% of your results that you're gonna get are gonna come from nutrition. The majority of your fat loss results are gonna come from what you eat, not what you train. 20%, probably even less, is gonna go to the fact of your actual training, of what you're doing at the gym. Exercise amplifies your results, but isn't the primary driver of fat loss. So basically, what I like to say is with exercise, with strength training, and specifically, you build the muscles, but with your nutrition, you reveal these muscles because you could train all you want 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, 6 times a week, and but you don't fix your nutrition, you're gonna be one muscular gal or guy with a shitload of fat, which is probably what some of you look like, which is fine if that's what you want. But if you know the basics of nutrition, everything else is gravy. Your workout routine simply enhances what your diet accomplishes. The number one step, let's say you're a newbie, you don't know what the fuck you're doing with your nutrition, but you want to lose weight, you want to look toner, you want to look snatch. The first thing you have to do is kill ultra processed foods. What are ultra processed foods? There are packed engineered products where ingredients are stripped down and blended back together with additives. They are hyper palatable, which means you're gonna overeat them. You're like, and you heard this, there's the joke going around like, oh, you can never eat 2 Doritos. Yeah, of course fucking not. It's that was engineered in a lab so that you have to eat 5 or 10. So like the dopamine hit is so hard that you can't resist. It's really, really close to like doing drugs and things like that. So they're engineered to be irresistible, triggering overconsumption beyond natural fullness signals. Guys, this side note out of this, like to show you how serious this is, when the big tobacco boom, all the tobacco, yeah, 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 yeah. So they got a bunch of engineers to engineer the cigarettes and tobacco products so it could be very addicting and they could, sell more, make more money. Yeah. When that started dying down, when people started to realize how fucking poisonous cigarettes and all of that was, sales started dipping. Those big ass corporations were like, damn, what can we do now? Oh, hey, look, there's food. We could do this with food. We could make food very addicting, hyper palatable, mixing salt and fats and carbs together, and that way they're very desirable. So they went over to the food, and now is why we are in the pandemic that we're in. No, not the COVID pandemic, but like the pandemic of ultra processed foods. Like all of you eat it every day. I eat it, here and there, but like if you're not careful, you're just having it. You're having some chips, you're having some packaged things, and that is killing you. So it has low satiety. So low satiety means that you literally eat it and you could be hungry in 10 to 15 minutes. So then you're gonna eat again. And it's high in calories. So you're just gonna be storing this energy in your body that you're not gonna really use. So low satiety, high calories, that's what you wanna avoid ultra processed food. Nutrient displacement. Empty calories take up stomach space and daily calorie allowance that could go to nutrient-rich foods. So all these foods, even though they're high in calories, they're not gonna really serve you. They're not gonna serve you. They're not gonna make you feel better. They're not gonna give you more energy. So it's just empty calories. By you replacing ultra processed foods, swap out convenient but calorie dense packaged foods for whole foods, minimal processed alternative, automatic calorie reduction. You're going to experience an effortless 20 to 30% drop in daily calorie intake without portion control or calorie counting. and it's going to be consistent result. You're going to be able to enjoy reduced bloating, increase energy, and steady weight loss without complicating nutrition plans. So guys, all you have to do is cut out things that come in packages. Things that come in packages like candy, soda, obviously fucking fast food, things like that. You stop eating that and you're gonna reduce your calories by 25% without even knowing it. Without even knowing it, without tracking a single thing. So replace a bag of Doritos, 250 calories, with a handful of almonds and an apple, 170 calories for more nutrition, better satiety, and 80 fewer calories without feeling deprived. Because that's the thing. It's like a loophole. You eat these foods that have no nutrition, and then you are hungry again, and then you keep eating these foods. So you gotta cut them out. And that is the first step. That is the first step. You do that, and you're gonna cut your calories by 20 to 30%. And some people, that's all you need to do. Like literally, that's all you need to do, especially if you have a lot to lose. You got 50, 100 pounds to lose. You do this consistently, and you're gonna start dropping. You're gonna start dropping weight for sure. All right. Step number two, track your protein. So here's the golden rule: 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight. So this means if you want to weigh 150, you want to consume 150 grams of protein daily, every day. This goes for, whether you're gaining weight or losing weight. If you weigh 200 pounds and you want to weigh 150, you eat 150. If you weigh 150 pounds, but you want to weigh 200, you eat 200. You feed that lean body. This simple nutrition factor is more important than nearly anything else for body composition. Don't overthink it. Just hit this target consistently. That's what you want to shoot for. Why is this important? Why does it matter? It preserves muscle, maintains lean tissue while in a calorie deficit, preventing the skinny fat look. So all these people that go on Ozempic and shit, and like they're on a very low calorie um deficit, because they're not eating enough protein, and probably because they're not strength training, they look like a fucking melted candle. You do not want that look. You want to preserve the muscle. You want to gain muscle. It's also going to boost your metabolism. Protein has the highest thermal effect of food, meaning when you eat a piece of steak, your body's gonna burn a lot of calories digesting that piece of steak. When you eat any other types of food, it takes less energy to digest carbs or fat. And it's gonna increase your satiety. It's gonna keep you fuller, naturally reducing calorie intake and curbing cravings. Dun, dun, dun. Protein tracking made easy. So just focus on protein-rich foods. The simplest thing you gotta do is think animal base, animal base. And if you're vegan or vegetarian, obviously there's a lot of choices out there. You just gotta make sure you know what those are. So chicken breast, 31 grams of protein per 4 ounce. An egg, six grams per protein per large egg. Greek yogurt, 17 grams per 6 ounces of serving. Lean beef, 29 grams per 4 ounce. Protein shakes, those come in handy. 25 grams per scoop, typically 20 to 25. Salmon, 23 grams per 4 ounce of serving. So you can use a simple app like MyFitnessPal or even a basic notebook. You don't need anything fancy, just something to keep you accountable. Just write things down if you need to. So, first step, eliminate ultra processed foods. Second step, track your damn protein and make sure you're hitting that number, or at least getting close to. It's all about baby steps. These things could take time. Okay, step three. Step three, track calories plus track your protein. This is a simple and effective formula. Calculate daily calories. Multiply your current body weight in pounds by either 10 or 12. So if you weigh 150, multiply by 11, that's going to give you 1,650 calories. So I'll say if you're very heavy, like you got a lot to lose, 60, 100 plus pounds, multiply by 10. If you don't have so much, maybe you're under 50 pounds that you got to lose, multiply it by 12. Multiply your body weight by 12, and that's going to give you the calories that you're going to aim for. Then set your target, protein target. Use the 1 gram per pound rule from step two. Example, again, if you weigh 150 and if you want to weigh 150, weigh 150 grams of protein every day. That's what your target should be. And you could slow drip this. You could start, okay, I'm just gonna get 100 grams. Get the 100 grams. Boom, boom, boom. You do that for 4, 6 weeks. Okay, starting now, I'm gonna get 110 grams. Boom, boom, boom. You do that for 4, 6 weeks. And slowly you start incrementing. Um, Track both daily. This is step number three. Use any nutrition app to log foods and to ensure you hit both targets consistently. These two metrics, calorie and protein, present 90% of what most people need to focus on for successful fat loss. Everything else is fine tuning. Like, if you do this, you don't have to do anything else. Like, this should get you to your goal no matter what that goal is. It's going to be all about consistency. Like, most of my clients do this and that's it. They don't do anything else after this. They track their protein, they track their calories, they keep it simple. Um, so I have a comment right here. How do you figure out your carbs for the day? See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That does not matter. As long as you don't go over your calories and as long as you hit your protein goal, that number will stay put. Because this is the thing. If you focus on if you focus on that protein number, chances are you're not gonna have room for a lot of carbs. You can eat the carbs, but you're just not gonna have a lot of room because that protein is gonna keep you very full. So it doesn't matter how many carbs you have. That's later fine tuning and things like that for like energy. Like if you feel like you're very low on energy, then okay, maybe you're eating a little too little carbs, but you don't actually need carbs to survive. Like that's not an essential macro. It's good because it's gonna give you energy and it's gonna make you perform. But if you focus on calories, you focus on hitting your protein, the rest could be carbs. So let's say you hit your protein goal and then you have X amount of calories left, then that could be whatever. That could be carbs or that could be fats. The fats is very important. Need a very minimum of like 50 to 60 grams of fat every day. That's like so your hormones don't get all fucked up. But chances are, um, if you chances are you're not under eating fats. Like if you're overweight and you have bad habits, you're probably not under eating fats. Uh, duh, 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 duh. So that's step three. Why you can stop here. Simplicity breeds consistency. The easier you plan is to follow, the more likely you stick with it long term. Complex plans lead to burnout and abandonment. Guys, if you can't do it for 12 months, then don't fucking do it. If you can't do keto for 12 months, don't do it. If you can't do carnivore for 12 months, don't do it. Like, you don't need a quick fix. You need to change your lifestyle. That's the one thing that will stick. So don't be thinking just, yeah, let's do this for 60 days or 90 days. Like, just don't go 0 to 100 real quick because it's just not going to last. These two levers work. Calories control and adequate protein intake are the foundational mechanism behind every successful fat loss approach, whether label, keto, paleo, or anything else. Results without obsession, you'll achieve 90% of your potential results without the mental fatigue of tracking every macro, timing your meals, or obsessing over your food choices. Okay, so that's level three or step three. And most people, you do this, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. But obviously, there's another level, advanced steps, full macro tracking. So, with the full macro tracking, when to consider leveling up and doing all of this. If your progress has stalled, if you did step one, and if you did step two, and if you did step three, and all of a sudden now you're stalled, you hit a plateau for more than like 4 weeks, despite perfect coherence to the basics. You're a competitor, you're preparing for a physique competition or athletic event requiring precise body composition. So like if you want to get fucking shredded to the bone like that, I'm not even near that. I'm not even near that. But if you want to be below 10% body fat, then you focus on all the macros. If you're detailed oriented, you genuinely enjoy the process of tracking everything and optimizing your nutrition data. So benefits of full macro tracking: fine-tune carb/fat ratio for optimal performance and energy levels. So this is what I was talking about, that you can control kind of like your energy depending on, and this goes, it's very important for like performance people that like do marathons or do Ironmans or do biking. Like you gotta be able to control your fats. But other than that, like I said, it's not gonna matter that much. Like um, I don't think it's a good idea to cut carbs, but to keep them at a minimum. Like I'll give you my numbers. I eat 4 ounces of rice twice a day, so like 8 ounces a day. I eat veggies with every meal, and I eat sourdough in the morning. Those are I actually eat carbs every fucking day, and it works for me. Uh, it's gonna balance your hormones through a strategy, manipulation. So if your hormones are all fucked up, then you definitely gotta check your all your macros. Customize satiety strategy based on personal response. Maximize body recomposition, building muscle while losing fat. So that's when you like really want to dive into these numbers. So this is the plate rule. Plate rule of thumb. Um, 50% of your plate should be a protein source. Half of your plate should contain lean proteins like chicken, fish, lean beef, eggs, or plant-based alternative. 25% should be a carb source. A quarter of your plate should contain quality carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, or fruit. The final quarter, the other 25%, should be filled with fiber-rich, nutrient-dense vegetables of various colors. The more colors, the better. This visual approach makes compliance simple when eating out for or preparing meals at home without measuring or weighing food. So like this is a very simple way to put your meals together without kind of like going crazy. This kind of goes with like step one. You could do this with step one: no tracking, no nothing. Just make sure half of your plate is like protein source, 25% is carb source, and the other 25% vegetables, which are technically more carbs, but they're like high in fiber and they don't have that many, they barely have any calories. Okay, putting it all together, guys. If you really wanna go into this journey, step number one: eliminate ultra processed foods. Swap processed foods for whole alternatives for an effortless calorie drop of 20 to 30%. Step number two: track protein. Consume 1 gram per pound of target body weight to preserve muscle and boost metabolism. Step number three, level number three, track calories plus protein. Set calories at between 10 to 12 times your body weight and hit your protein target consistently. Step number four, optimal full macros. Track your whole macros, your carbs, your fats, your proteins, and your calories. Fine-tune carb fat ratio for precise results if needed. Most people don't need to get to this level. And lastly, use the plate rule. Structure your meals with 50% protein, 25% carbs, 25% vegetables for quick compliance. Following this process, progressive approach allows you to start with the highest impact change and add complexity only when necessary. Most people will achieve their goals without ever needing to go beyond step three. Now, action steps and takeaways. Today's challenge: write this shit down and do it. Swap 3 ultra processed foods. Identify and replace 3 ultra processed foods in your diet with whole foods alternatives. Number two, log protein tomorrow. Track the protein content in your first meal tomorrow and aim to make it at least 30 grams of protein. If you don't have a fucking scale, you need to get a scale right now. Amazon, food scale, $20. Stop delaying this shit. Just order it. Order it and weigh the meats that you're having. Weigh the dairies that you're having. Just weigh it out. See where you're at. You'll never know if you don't. Number three, build a perfect plate. Create one meal today using 50-25-25 rule. 50% protein, 25% carbs, 25% vegetables. Guys, nutrition doesn't have to be complex. Master these basics and fat loss is inevitable. Remember, consistency with simple principles beat perfection with complex systems every single time. Start with these foundations and watch your body transform. If you're not consistent with any of this, none of this shit is going to work. This is why there's levels. If you can be consistent with level 1, don't go to level 2. What is wrong with you? If you can be consistent with level 2, don't go to level 3, and so on and so forth. Um, this is about implementation. Implement it. And if you want to be able to implement this with a crew, with a coach that it's gonna guide you and oversee everything you're doing when it comes to your nutrition with your training, then I think the Kettlebell Academy is the right fit for you. We got a crew out there full of savages that swing kettlebells every day and are crushing their fat loss goals every single time. If you want to have a conversation about that, if you want to dive deeper into your goals and see what a personalized program would look like for your training and your nutrition, send me a message on Instagram at the Kettlebell Weight Loss Coach saying Academy, and I'll see if I can help. Thank you guys for joining me. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.